and welcome back to Opally Hour, and this is new model day, and this is the one we're doing today. So I don't think the one that we have, I think is this one, but I don't think this is what I ordered, but we will look into it. I don't even know what it's called. So Small Alley After Rain. Oh, let's go and have a look. That's the easiest way to put me out of my misery here. So what it does say on the front, whatever we're doing, because it go nicely with the others. I've got the rainforest, done that one, pain in the neck. Sea breeze I keep meaning to get hold of, but I haven't got to it yet. Any others I've done on here? That might be it. We will get down them, I'm sure. And now this one, but I don't know what it is. So if it is one I already got, it will be going back, won't it? Because I'm pretty sure this is not the one I ordered. Okay, so let's have a look. There's one I looked, I think, ordered was a Christmas one. But we will see what is this one called. Let's find a look. Got lots and lots of paper, so lots of crafty stuff going to be happening. This is the Small Alley After Rain, so 100% this is not what I ordered, but I don't have it, so I'm quite happy to have it for my collection. So that is what we are going to do. So we got a bit of security here, got some other wooden pieces, and this bag is D, don't know why it's out on its own. And we have some plastic sheets in here, dust cover parts I guess. Got some big cutouts. We'll be doing those, which is traditional for these types of girls. This here. Oh, books. Really? Okay. Paper cutouts. So we're going to be using lots of materials, by the way. The front piece. Right, it's been put in this box very shabbily. Mirror. So I've got that. Oh, throw it away. Very thick baseboards. I guess these are for the side actually. This one's for the back, no doubt. Let's put that with those. Then we have a bag. I'll have a look at that in a second. So we have some wood pieces in here. Some different colour ones. Some whites. Like I said, we went through bag D anyway. So let's have a look at this bag now. Look at those. All the bits and pieces. I can't see this being a quick build, guys. I think it's going to take a moment. Have some roofing. We have some blue pipe roofing. Got some tissue paper. Some string. That'd be for plants, this green stuff here. I need to get all these flattened. They've had them quite sealed up, so I will put these for flattening, and I will leave this for a day and then come back to it. Maybe I'll complain that it's the wrong one, but that said, how exciting. Small Alley After Rain. Even think I've got it down which one I was meant to be getting. I've obviously got very muddled up. Okay, so we will be needing to do wiring, and it has, how many lights can I see? Well, certainly got one. Can't have just one, surely. I hope not. Comes with batteries which are not supplied. Well, I can see wires enough for at least two, but I can only see one bulb. Oh, it's got a switch. We will see. Many beads. Some fake grass. Some plants. Oh, more wood pieces. Okay. And there. We have some more beads. Okay. Interesting. Oh, this is going to be some sort of candy. Or something that you have to slice. Oh, this one's interesting and very decorative. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's pretty decorative there. We also have some pink fluff. We have lots of the dried flowers, and we have bag C, which has some purple. So making something with purple. Let me get these to one side and we'll look at that book. Okay, so it opens like so. And your pieces first. This should tell me how many lights we have. One. Wow. So it would have come with glue. They've taken out the packaging. Okay, we'll test the electrics first. It's going to be one dark model. It's only got one light. Okay. Because it's got a mirror. Maybe if it's placed right by the mirror, maybe it reflects well. Okay, how many pages are we on? Let's see. We have 25 pages, so not too bad. And it's in item by item, so tell you the item that we're going to make. It doesn't give me a parts list other than the ones up here for inventory of what we're going to need, I don't think, for each step, and we get straight into doing the walls. But I'll get those electrics tested, or electric tested, and that's what it's meant to be looking like. So there we go. I'll be back in one mo with the electrics and also the first stages. Alright, so other than it being a different model, before I did say before this at the end of the Firefly Forest build that I would do the small wooden ship build that I had, Gothenburg I think it was, from previously, my poll previously. However, I did attempt to do so, but it was rather frail and unfortunately did not make the first stages of the build. So, which is good for you guys because you're watching this, and it means we are going to get this one underway for the channel. So I brought this with me in case we have an issue, because I noticed it's exactly the same circuit board as what I had for the Firefly Forest build. So we have one bulb and an extension. I don't like it, it's only got one bulb, guys. We will see how bright this bulb is. Maybe it is so bright. So I have some LR44s, I think they are. Doesn't come with any batteries, so I just got a new tube of LR44s so that we can test it, and if it doesn't work I have a backup plan. Unfortunately I don't know, last build I got fortunate that I had somewhere to be able to put a box if this doesn't work. However, with this one I can't say I'm so sure, so I'm gonna pop these in here, and just before I put the last one in, make sure all my wires are separated. Don't want to have any cross wires. Not that I think it would be a problem really with this type of board. I don't know. Couldn't swear to it. This is for your lights. Obviously we're going to have an extension wire of sorts when it comes time to actually doing it. Okay, we don't have any protective ends on here, and I don't know which way is on or off either, so it's going to be a bit of a guessing game. We have one bulb, so I really hope the circuit board works because it seems so over the board. I can't believe it's only one bulb actually. So white to white, grey to grey, and let's give them a twist together. And remember, the switch could be off right now, so you can't really judge until I play with that as to what is going on. I'm just wary of the fact that the Firefly one didn't work, and that was a lot of bulbs. However, this one, hopefully, will. It's just the same type of circuit board. And I've had them on other builds and they've worked fine. But I think that was all before they started taking all the glues out of the packaging and stuff like they seem to do now. So whether they do something with that, I don't know. And we have, please say lift off. And we have nothing again. It's very disappointing. Okay, I'm going to keep the batteries in there a second. And we use this, I just bought some of these, you can buy them from Amazon, quite cheap. The little boxes, like I say, just a bit more doubtful as to where I can hide this. I got fortunate with the Firefly Forest one where I could hide it. Not so sure on this one if I'm going to have somewhere. Just make sure that this does work. So it will be grey to black, like so. There's only a tiny bit of wire coming out of here. Oh, I did put batteries in. I could be like, oh, I need to put the batteries in. No, we did that. And oh, that came straight out. And then this one, only a tiny bit of the wire showing on the end of this box, by the way. So there should be an on-off switch at least, so it's off at the moment. I'm going to put it on. And hopefully we get something from our one singular bulb. It's not looking promising, is it? Okay, and I'm not going to give up again with that circuit board. I won't give up yet. I will certainly give it another try when I have more time. These I'm going to join together. I guess I should also check that I've put the batteries in right. Although I'm normally pretty good at putting batteries in right. Now it's making me wonder if this light's going to work at all. And I don't have spares of like the bulbs. Oh no, we got something going on. That's not very bright if that's the way it's going to look. Well, I did get something, and then I get nothing. I think I missed it totally. That is a very dull bulb. Let's go with this. The connection's a problem. Well, we know it will work. I think I'm going to have to pull out have a little bit longer. It's very faint, only a tiny bit showing on here, so maybe try for a bit longer on the box itself. But the bulb works, which was one of the things, even though the circuit box is looking yet again like another dud. I mean, it works. It is dull. Disappointing. Okay, but let that go to one side, and we will take this out. I will sort all those batteries out soon to take them out of it, and I will give the circuit board another try. I'm going to pop this back in here because it looks like we are going to be using extension wire. Okay, so first things first, we do have many paper elements. Anyone who's watched any of my videos know I like to get these out the way. I have picked a new beacon up, and that was ready to go. Got this paper, which I can even put down. So first of all, I'm going to get these going because we're going to be using one of these right at the get-go. So I want them to start getting the, make sure there's no marks out. I don't suppose there is any light. I can't believe it's got one light. We will see. It might be the most brilliant light, or maybe it's got a lot of daylight it allows in, or maybe because it's alley in the rain, it's meant to be a darker model. I will go with, who knows? Who ever knows? This one, oh, this beacon runs a lot better than it was on doing the Firefly towards the end there. Okay, and again I've just cut parts of the paper out, like this corner and this corner, to line it up, and then I will get, what the heck, looks like it actually cut away the pattern. Well, that was lack of smarts, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm looking at the board, it doesn't look like there was any cut out there. white base, that's what I'm going with. Just going to check the other board that we're going to do. No, they're both the same, so I will do it with this side instead then. Huh. I bet what I did was, I don't know what I did really. I'm going to hope that that is hidden behind stuff, because that was an error. Like, this doesn't go all the way to the edge either. Bear with me. Let me just make sure I'm putting it on right. Okay, yes, there is an edge. So you want this edge here lining up with this edge. The other one doesn't reach the edge, so I will need to cut that first. So let's get that done, because it'll be difficult to cut afterwards. I need to do that with the other one too. And then this edge is the one that's going to go on there. It's going to be more difficult for me to do, being I cut the bottom off of that corner. Don't want you on there. With glue. The glue's going to be dried by the time I get this done, isn't it? And I guess I'll just cut along the bottom edge a bit, so I can line it up. It's rather unfortunate I cut off that side, but it's what it is. And then the top here, and towards the bottom. Top, bottom. That's about right. And then pressing it down. And I need to do the same with the other wall. So I need to get this one cut as well, so let me get and do that. Okay, and this one looks like it's the same, so this is the one which goes onto the edge, leaving a gap down here where you just see the plain wood. So again, going to just make sure I have it the right way around. Yeah, that looks like it. Edges. You will lose a lot of this edge, and I'm guessing that's what they've gone for, is they don't need to go to the edge because it's going to be behind a wall of some sort when it all joins together. Chuck glue on whatever design you want, because when it goes on and we spread it out, it should hopefully disperse to make sure that it will get the paper. Oh, it's got strings. Okay, so this one into this corner, like so. This one to the edge up here. This one to that edge. And it's a little bit deceiving in the picture too, because it kind of shows a little bit of a gap on both sides, but I don't think it actually is. A little bit of overhang on the paper of this where I missed the line. Right. And this is generally the best glue that I find for paper to wood products. Right, so I have quite a few others of these to do. None of them really exceptional, although I will go through. Like, I know this one has a beveled edge on both sides, this side and this side, and you will want it not on that beveled part. So both sides, those I will need to cut out before I put paper on, which is these pieces. These pieces of wood need to stuck together, so let me get that done and make sure I have it the right way round. Where's those pieces of paper that I need? Of course I'll get them somewhere safe where they're not moved. Okay, I've picked them up and put them to one side. So for this one, these two need joining together. So all I'm doing is looking at the direction of the paper, making sure that I'm joining them together on the correct side, so that when we put that paper in, it will be one thicker part, so it adds a bigger step to it. So something like so, line them all up like this. I'll put the paper on that in a little bit, and I'll come back to you for the cutting out and stuff. With these, they're actually going to fold over the edges and stuff. So again, just making sure that this is the right way. And I put these two together. They are matching. Probably doesn't need a ton of wood glue because you are going to have the paper as well. And I will get and do the rest of these wood pieces and we'll come back for cutting them out. Right, so let me put those to one side, show you a few other pieces. So things like the fabric. What I'm going to do is put this on the back of it. So all you're making sure is that the templates here are on the fabric and you have a right side and a wrong side, and you want it on the wrong side of your fabric. So let's see where I can put glue. You don't want to glue it on. Sometimes you can get away with having a bit of glue on it, and you know, you might want to be sticking the paper on it to give it extra stability, but if I don't have to, I try and avoid it. So I'll just put this on there. Line up, just going to hold it to a light, make sure it is all covered, which it is, so that can go to one side, won't need that for a while. Then ones like this, which are the plastic see-through stuff, has the paper template on it as well. And this one just fits. So what we're going to want to do is try and get the glue in the areas which has the biggest area. I know you can't see right now, I'm holding it up to a light so I can see through the paper. So that we can stick it down on it, but it's not going to mark the plastic too much. So there's glue on there, you're probably going to be able to see that. And just put that onto it. And like I say, this one just fits, so just don't press it down until you're happy that it is in the right spot. Just doing a little bit of adjustment there, and I think we are almost good. Okay. And you don't have to press this one down either with the plasticky stuff because it's staining. Then put that to one side. Then we have this paper, which I'll do this to exactly the same way as I did the other fabric. This one is going to have some leaves. It's very textured paper. Don't know if you can see the texture. It's not like felt, it's just like a textured paper. So I'll do that one the same. This one will go on to have a pretty red, so turn that one over and do that. Then we have some tissue paper, and I will do the same as what I have been doing on here, just doing the corners and putting that onto here. Same with the corrugated, make sure it's on the back of it when you put the template on, quite a big template there. And then wood-wise, I've got a few other pieces. Got the floor that we're going to be doing, which doesn't have a notch in the paper, but there is a notch on here. Double check that. We have a rainbow, which will be going onto the top of here, like so. So we'll get that on there. And we have another transparent sheet down here. So let me get and do those, and I'll be back when I'm all done and we can start cutting some stuff out. Okay, these two here, these ones, slightly different to the others in the sense of they are going to wrap around these. Not only that, we are putting one of those plastic sheets we did, the transparent sheets, on top of them. So a little bit more work. So I'm not going to do it all in one go. What I'm going to do is crease or score, crease what is going to go around, just to make it a bit easier. Make sure I have the right tool. The other day I did go through it with a scalpel instead, so that it folds around okay, or makes it a bit easier to give it a crisper edge. That's one, and then I'm going to put them on and then come back to these after I've got the arrest cut out, because we need these ones quite quick actually. I'm hoping today. And one down here, but only a little way. And then I can't say I'm 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is get the tops on, them on here, and then other way, and then come back and do the sides, which that part here is part of as well. So just get the top on it first, because I'm also going to have to cut out those plastic pieces, but this will at least get it a good standing, good start. And I had to cut all these out before I even thought about applying it, so. Going to be pretty. Maybe that's what they're doing. Instead of putting lights on, they're doing the plastic transparent sheeting to make it all shiny, so that light reflects from it. That could make sense. You never know. Never sure how much of this sort of stuff you'll end up seeing, but you never know. It might be a thing. So I'm just going to get these two started, and we'll come back to doing these when the time comes, which is quite quick. Right, and then we can start cutting the rest of it to get it all ready. So let's put those there. And you, I don't want to lose you. In fact, I'll put you in the little pot that I have ready to go. Okay, so for these ones, I cut down both sides before I put it on, and the rest I'm just going to cut in like so. It's quite a new blade, although I did not put a new one in for this build. Probably might have needed to, we'll find out soon. And then I'm going to cut through the window. If your glue has seeped onto the window, it does make it slightly more difficult to cut this way. And of course you can cut it all out and you don't have to do it this way. I just personally find it a bit easier doing it this way. All the way down, like so. And hopefully it does that. It just pops out, which that works quite well. So that one's ready to use. I'm not sure when we use that one actually. And I'll do the same to this one. And have glue on that edge. Might need a new blade. And again the window. I think this is for the roof, so I think it has ceiling window. Oops, that one ripped. Hopefully it's just where it's going to be taken out anyway. Just put a bit of extra pressure on that side. It really just wants to tear. And that ended up being okay too. For this, I'm not going to cut out this hole because of the way my electrics are. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do. It might end up like the Firefly Forest, where it's just got this without having the hole cut out for the electrics. Unless my electrics suddenly work. I like the way I was prepared, huh? Directly I saw it, it was like, oh no, second model in a row. What's the betting that it wouldn't work? It was like I felt it. I felt it. That it would not. Come on. So that one's ready. Won't need that for a while either. So none of those we're going to need. We'll be needing this one quite quick there. So again, just go down your edge. With this one, we've got a little cutout we need to cut out. And of course, if you've done all this with scissors, you don't need to cut it with a crafter knife. You just should be ready to rock and roll. Personally, I prefer to do it this way. And we will be putting in, we're using this quite quick, so I'm going to put this where I put those other pieces. Nowhere near. I felt it go off to a target. This looks alright, looks pretty good. And this one, just put the rainbow on the corners, so we should be able to just cut the top off. And again, anyway you're not going to be able to put the blade through, like I knew I wouldn't be able to put it through this line, then I just tend to cut it with scissors. But if I can do what I'm doing now, then generally it will make it a lot cleaner. Like so, won't need that one for do actually need that one quite quick. And one of these we need almost immediately. Which one? This one. Actually, we'll need this one. And the other one will go to one side for a while. I had that pin off somewhere. Come back. What's this? Oh, it's one of my fabrics. I've put all my fabrics out of the way. So the fabric pieces, or that's the roofing corrugated stuff, I tend not to cut anything out until I start to use it, just because I don't want any little pieces. I can't go through. Any little pieces being lost. But generally, once I start using it, then I'll use the whole thing. Okay, that's good to go. What we needed, that is the one I need, sorry. And then this one. And then I'll go and grab some brackets, because I'll probably need brackets for the next part. On the top here. Oh, wow, nowhere near. Tell the effort I'm putting in when my board moves with me. Okay, and that one can go to one side. So let me tidy this up, go and get some brackets so that we're ready, and we will make a start. Okay. First thing we are going to do is attach these two and the floor, which needs a couple of elements. So first of all, you put in this piece, which you will be sticking in. Doesn't that seem a bit weird that you're sticking in even though it's got a plate for you to lift? Okay, if they say so. Doesn't seem right to me. I guess it keeps it square. Just trying to make sure it's on top rather than underneath. Looks like it's underneath both to me. Well, it's hard to tell from the picture already. Let's see. Yeah, these are wrapped around it, so no, it's on the inside. It's just a weird piece when you've got it cut out for a base. Maybe it's because it's normally used for another part. So I do have clamps, and we will be using them, and also we'll need wood glue, and then I will leave these to take. I'm going to try and get a few, well, we'll see. I'm going to say try and get a few wooden elements done, but I don't know. So something like so. This should go in a clamp at this point, really. Let me do that. I'll get this clamped, and then we'll put the floor in afterwards, which should be a lot easier to put in. I'll do that afterwards as well. So long clamps anyway. So let me go grab those, and then I'll come back when this is taken. Probably won't take long, about 10 minutes, that's all. Okay, it's had a few minutes, not long at all, so it's definitely not stable. And I can only clamp at this end because of the peak up here. Didn't stick at all, look at that. I think all my wood glue dried into that. It. I'm just going to have to leave it. See if there's something else I could do instead. I think this just needs longer. So I pulled all of this for right at the beginning, but I think what we're going to do is do this for, just put these two pieces together for today and come back to this tomorrow when it's had a total time to set, rather than rushing it and then having it all fall on me and things. And then tomorrow we'll carry this on, and instead we will start on some flour, some small parts, which we don't need yet, but if we start on it, sorry, I'm just turning my brackets so it's hard for me to do that way. Also, this one's not fully down. There we go. I'll tell you what I can do. One of these. It's not a good one. Oops, making lots of noise, and hold this up the top here, and that will give this a bit extra support. I can do that. Use, sorry, again, one of these at the top here instead, and that will hold that. So let's put this to one side, and all of this that was getting all ready to rock and roll. What we can do, get you out of the way, we can get started on these instead, and then we can always do some plants. There's always plants you can do, and I have pulled some pieces ready because I wasn't sure how far we'd get today. So let's get this one underway so we get the sides done and down. More glue. You know, wood glue would still work, even on paper. It would work. But beacon is generally better. So I'm just going to go around the edges. It's got a mix now in that corner. Get these folded down. Easiest way, put them on the side, turn it, and other than the fact it does have that edge that I did, it should still be a bit easier. And put that there for a moment. Same with this one, and we have an additional piece which goes into which corner. Let me turn the page. Oh, actually this page is bad. Goes into down here, I believe, along here, this edge here. So put this here. This one's going to be a drop down. So with that. And so this, get those in, and we can get our plastic pieces on them, and maybe that would have had enough time, and I doubt it. I still think we need more, although now I've clamped it on that other part, it might be right. So just put this piece in here, which has a slight overlap. It does have a marking in there like it's going to go around the corner, but I don't think that's what it's doing. See, there's a little line on there, but I don't think it's to go into the corner. I think it's just decorative. Probably like one of these lines. So hold those down a second. Right, and then we get the plastic pieces, which are here. Around 10 feet, and we need the two long ones, these ones here, this one, not any of these. So I will get those cut out back into ticks. Okay, let's start on this one. So this is our plastic piece. I'm not going to see it too well on the camera, but that is going to go on here. Then this will go on, which is a strip around the edge. There's a little bit of, I'm not 100% sure of what they're talking about. They say put some scratch marks on it so it can be seen, and it looks like it's to do with the edge down here, so maybe it's to do with the way the tiles are going down there. Maybe that's what they're meaning. I couldn't swear 100%. So just a small amount of glue around that edge, I would suggest. Lost my lid to my glue, of course. And pop that on. Try not to squish it around too much to make it shiny. this on. It goes all the way around from here. So, oops. I think with this I'm going to have to put it all the way across. And maybe it's the scratch marks to go around the corners or something. I actually don't know. I'm not 100% sure what they're talking about. So just hold it in place. You have to turn the corners. Something like so. Like it already. Really wants to pop up on this edge. Maybe I should have done it in stages, let one part dry before I attempted it. Alright, sorry about that. It's one of those days. Again. Seems like it's always one of those days. Okay, so I've just pressed them at the edge. I haven't scored them like they suggested. I think it was probably to go around those corners, maybe. I don't know. And then do the same with this one. So this one I'll just go around the edge with this. If it's coming out, which it may not. Oh, I need to find the lid. I dropped it and I forgot to get it. I should have got it when I was on the phone, huh? Okay, just around the edge. And get the paper off of it. They should be nice and shiny when they're dry. Wrong side, doesn't help. Like so. I'm just double checking myself that I have got it right, but I have. Okay. And then a little strip, which is under here, will go, which edge? This edge, and around the corner. Let's start here. I don't know, it won't be this side, I don't think, so it might go around the other corner there. Let's start here and we will see where we need to go with it. So absolutely tipping it down day to day, so it's very overcast, which is why it's a bit darker in here than I would like. Also why I don't model at night, because I don't really have the lighting to do so. Unless it's summer. And there's just a tiny bit left over, so I will bend it over round, but it's only a small amount that I have here. Pops it up. Maybe if I scored it. Let's give it a score. Maybe that's what it means, so it can go around the corner a bit better. It does work better. I don't think it's quite as shiny around there, but it's got too much glue on it. And I have glue on my hand, so I got it into that corner too. But I'll get that off somehow. Right, let's find this lid. There it is. Oh, I got it. I know you were worried, weren't you? It does poke up a little bit in the front there. Get some of this. I had a little bit too much glue. I think I had glue on my hands, so I ended up with it on this. It does scratch off, which is good. Okay. Alright, so those two are ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can get this, that it's taken a little bit better now. I'll let you know. One tick, I know you're not going to see much. Okay, it's better. Alright. Then, until I did that. Why did I do that? Then what we're going to do now is my instructions to hand. Let's see if better it would help. What we're going to do is put this piece in on the inside of it, which will actually help to support it as well. So something like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I've got a new tube of B7000, just a small one. I had it as a freebie with one of the models actually. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit on here, just for speed really. Oh, only if I get some out, right? It'd be funny if they gave it to you in the tube, but you don't actually have any in there. Should be working there. Leave it with me. Well, I don't know what's wrong with that B7000. It comes out, I eventually got some to come out and it comes out yellow and very difficult to come out, so I'm thinking it's old. That's what I'm going with. It's been inside that model it came from a long time, so I'm going to use a tiny bit of super glue. And I don't like using super glue, but I want this to be a good support here. I'm just going to put a little bit on, and then it just go into this, and this will also help it to square up, especially if I have it on that edge all the way around. Just supply, so like so. As well. So there's something like so. Just make sure it's in all the way. And then we have a strip that we're going to put in, which I'll also do with super glue for a bit of quickness, which I'll put in here. And this goes in here. And it doesn't give you really a position for it, it just says it goes in here. And it's for this floor support, which we're going to put in next. And with the floor support, you are making sure the wire, let's see, actually I can't see, can I? So I think if I had put this paper on upside down, I think it should have gone on this side. Which means this is in the wrong place, because it needs to be in this corner here. And it is not going to be, mine's going to be in the other corner. It doesn't really say about it, and it does say to cut it, but it doesn't say, actually it shouldn't, it would make a difference. That would put it on the right way. It is kind of difficult to tell on the photo, I have to be honest. Well, we'll just go with it then. I mean, it looks like it's on the right way. When I look at this page, that corner does look to be on the right side of it. No, it doesn't. It is the opposite side. I'm not going to get this off, am I? No. So, what we will do then is we will do a small indentation on this side. So if you do it wrong, it's not the end of the world. This stuff breaks quite easily. Not ideal, I know, but will do the job. So if you do accidentally put it on the wrong way, then we can do this, and it's roughly about the same. Not too far in it. And again, with this, I will apply a bit of wood glue to this edge, just a little bit over here, and on here as well. Doesn't look too straight, that bottom piece. And we'll go on here. I haven't applied any pressure. This is definitely crooked in here. I can see it's crooked. Okay, and those are the bits that I will do with that. Next we are doing a piece for the mirror, which is going to go, this needs to be stuck on the back of it, and it is on top, so like so. Turn the page. Bum 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 bum. Yes, like so. On the top, so the mirror is underneath it, so along this edge. We'll super glue it then. What I'm also going to do is just pull this plastic, it's got a plastic cover just on one side of the mirror. Just going to pull it down a bit, just because I don't want it sticking to the piece of wood I'm going to put on. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on this edge. Make sure I'm doing it in the right way. This is going to go there. I think like this, on this side. Almost put it on the wrong side. I did put the super glue on the wrong side. Shake it one more time. So it's going to go into the model like so. So I want it on that side. This side. Oh my gosh, get myself so confused. That way. And it sits on top. Like so. I don't think I've got glue on the side anyway. Like so, and then this will go in the model. Definitely want to stick to my board. I'm going to put this in with super glue, wood glue I think, or tacky. I would say B7000, but I'll tell you, it was a weird colour. Right, let's give this a moment. And then tomorrow we'll be able to fit in these pieces and start on some of the decor, which we get to do straight away on this floor, by the way, so that's really kind of cool. It just doesn't want to stick here, does it, at all? Maybe it's wrong and it keeps telling me it's wrong and it won't let me do it. Do you think that's how a model works? I don't think so either. It's tacky out for fixing it to the model itself. Ended up the glue on the top here, which is not what I wanted, plus it fell apart anyway. Sticking to everything but where I want it to stick. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, I did it with tacky in the end actually. It's not secure, but it's enough to put it into the model, and then it can be secured overnight. So just get the two edges and the bottom edge, which you don't have to do. And then it's just going to go around this back wall. I've still got the protective sheet on, although just. Work at all, guys. I'm just going to have to give it time. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it on this for today, because this does need to just sit and strengthen up for me to move it. Then what I will do overnight is I will get it onto this model, and it will be all ready to install the next pieces tomorrow. So any comments are very much appreciated. This is how far we got. It doesn't look too far, but it is what it is. This is what we have done. Let's get this board out of the way. I think the base is actually holding better than the mirror part here. I can't believe that B7000's not working right. It's quite nasty, to be honest with you. But it's like yellow, greeny kind of colour, like it's got an infection in reality. And then we have also done these little parts. So tomorrow we will be fitting those and put it all in. Like I say, I will get this mirror in by tomorrow, so you will see that done. So any comments, more than appreciated. I look forward to really getting on with this build. Tomorrow we will be fitting those parts. We will also be doing a bit of decor on the base here, which is kind of cool. And then we will be starting our first unit combination, which is a flower wrap. Guess what we're going to make? You got it, flowers. Alrighty, so like I say, any comments very much appreciated. Please do like and subscribe if you have not already, and I look forward very much to seeing you tomorrow. Most of all, take care of yourselves. That is the most important thing. Take care, guys.